All right, yesterday I was looking through Facebook and I saw a couple of ladies talking back and forth on Facebook. They'd like to know how to grow asparagus. So, ladies, if you're around and if you notice this video, it's for you. All right, now this is my asparagus bed, and it's been in the ground. I planted it 2 years ago, didn't harvest any last year, and I let it grow. Now, I'm going to tell you what the common method is to plant it, and I'm also going to tell you how I did it. All right? The common method is you put in a big trench, several inches deep. At the bottom of that trench, you'll build little cones. You'll take your asparagus crowns and you set the crown on that cone, fan the roots out a little bit, and then you cover it. And I would cover it with compost or composted manure that you bought in the store, something like that, because that stuff's going to be in the ground for a few years. And then as it grows up, you keep covering it, you keep hilling it up until it gets level with the top of the ground, and then you let it go. And this is what asparagus does. If you don't cut it, it just makes this big fern, and that feeds the root. That keeps it coming back and makes it bigger every year. Now, like I say, I planted this a couple of springs back. Last spring, I just let it grow again. And this spring, I was able to cut some. I was able to have a couple of batches of asparagus for me and my wife. So, and once it got started, all you had to do is sit back and let it grow. It did it all by itself. I didn't have to do hardly anything. So, but I want to say what I did and why I did it. I was watching it. I wanted to start an asparagus patch. And I was watching M.I. Gardner. And I noticed a video where he was talking about finding asparagus crowns. I assumed around abandoned homesteads and this sort of thing. And it dawns on me, wait a minute, he's in Michigan. It's cold in Michigan. Colder than it gets here in Kansas. And if it's around an abandoned homestead or something like that, well, it had to self-seed. In which case, that crown wouldn't be down 6 or 8 inches. It'd be right close to the top of the ground. So, what I did is I planted them just below the surface of the soil. Covered it up with a little composted manure. Just had a bag I bought from the store. Walmart, I think. And then mulched it. And then I just keep it mulched, which I think is a good idea anyway, because it just holds your weeds down a little bit. And I've just let it grow. And it's just durable. It's done great. I started another bed this spring, which brings me to the only other bit of wisdom I have on asparagus, and that is this. When you go to buy asparagus root, don't go cheap. Go to a catalog dealer that you trust, a nursery company or something that you know and you trust, and order the nice big asparagus crowns. Don't go cheap. This year I started a second bed over in a bed that tends to be a little shadier, and I thought, well, let's put asparagus there also, because we're enjoying this so much we like to have some more. Well, those crowns we bought at a discount store in a bag. Now I bought 3 bags of them, and they were very small. They came up, they're just tiny. They're going to take at least 1 more year to grow than these did. So don't go cheap, get good ones. Well, okay, now that's about all. I've enjoyed it. It's really not hard to grow. If you do it the way I do it, you have the advantage of you don't have to fool around with weeds, and it seems to do fine. So that's it. I want you all to have a good day and have a quality day and grow some asparagus.